G'day folks, it's Cortezerino and welcome to part 2 of the tutorial for my immense Armourer's Workshop, the super detailed Armourer's Workshop. So if you're here, you've probably already seen part 1, but if by some chance you've just clicked on this thinking, oh, that's a cool build, down in the video description you can find a link to part 1 if you want to build the entire thing. But that's enough talking, let's get started with part 2. Alright, looking from the front of the building, come along to this section, and we're just looking at this line of dirt that we have right here. So starting on top of the last dirt, we'll do 2 white concrete, then a dirt, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 concrete, then a dirt, and 2 white concrete. Now swing around to the back of the building, and we're looking at this line of dirt again. We're going to do the same thing. So 2 concrete, then a dirt, then 5 concrete, a dirt, and 2 concrete. Then we'll come around to this side of the building. And once again, we're going to do the same thing on this line of dirt. So our 2 concrete with a dirt, 5 concrete, a dirt, and 2 white concrete. Now, what I build for one of these, I want you to copy the same thing to the other 2. So we're building all 3 of these at the same time. Okay, so grab some spruce stairs, look to the side, and we're going to place one upside down against the last white concrete, and that will have a dirt block behind it. And we'll do the same over here. So an upside down stair like that with a dirt block behind it. Now in front of this dirt, we're going to do a stripped spruce log pointing straight up. And same thing in front of that dirt. Then grab spruce slabs, and we're just going to run them all the way along our white concrete. Okay, grab some spruce stairs, and against the stripped spruce log there, we're going to place an upside down stair and another one right there. They will have 5 spruce trapdoors in the middle with an extra spruce trapdoor each side. Now next to this trapdoor, we're going to do a spruce slab just against the top half of that stair. Then a spruce plank, then a dirt, then look from the side and do an upside down stair. And the same on this side. So we'll go slab, plank, dirt, and then an upside down stair. And once again, continue to build this in the other 2 spots. So we're going to come along to this end of our stripped spruce log, place a white concrete, and we'll place one on that spruce log as well, and we'll just fill in the middle with white concrete. Then in the middle of this, we'll place 3 white concrete with a dirt block on each end and 1 up the top. Then you can come to the end of our concrete, place a dirt block there with a spruce plank in front and another one above. We'll do the same on this side. So a dirt block, spruce plank, and another one above. Then we're going to place a dirt block here with a spruce plank beside it. Then on top of the 2 dirt blocks here, we're going to place spruce slabs. So we've got a nice little diagonal curve, and we'll do the same over here. So just on the left of that plank, we'll do a dirt block, then a plank, then a spruce slab on the dirt, and another one right there. Okay, we're going to look at these spruce trapdoors here. What I want you to do is look from the side, and on top of that first spruce trapdoor, place another trapdoor, and then flick it up, and we'll do the same thing here. So hold shift, place your trapdoor, and flick it up. Then on the final white concrete, we're going to place a spruce slab with a dirt block on top and a spruce plank beside it. We'll do the same over here. So slab, dirt, and plank. Then against the white concrete, we'll do 2 spruce slabs. And in the middle, we'll do a spruce fence gate and open it up. And just above our fence gate, we're going to do a spruce plank with a dirt block each side and a dirt block on top. Then next to the dirt block, we'll do a plank and then a slab. Same thing on this side. Next to the dirt, we'll do a plank, then a spruce slab. Then I want you to look from the side, place a spruce stair there, and we'll do the same on that side. Alrighty, now you should have this triangular roof built up on 3 ends of our building. So we're going to begin filling in the rest of our roof. And we're going to fill in a lot of this roof with dirt. It's maybe a waste of dirt, but it's just going to make the room so much easier to build. So come down to this lowest level here And all we're going to do is fill all of this in with a single layer of dirt. So do it all the way around here. And then in this next section as well, just come in here and place a single layer of dirt all the way through here. So this is how you should look when you're done. So everything's just looking a little bit neater now, but we're going to fill in a bit more dirt. So looking from the front of the build, come along to this back triangle here, and we're looking at this line of white concrete with the 2 dirt blocks in it. We're just going to build out dirt from this concrete. So from the final one, we're just going to place 2 dirt and just keep doing that all the way along, placing in our 2 dirt just like that, and finish where that last white concrete is. Then turn around, look toward the front of the build, and we're going to do the same thing. So once again, looking at this line of white concrete, but this time we're going to build as far as we can go. So we're not just doing 2 dirt, just build it all the way along. So here we'll just do 2 dirt, and then right here, this will go all the way down to the other end. So just build them all the way down. And once we've filled in that section like that, we're going to look to the 3rd triangle over here, and we'll do the same thing. So just starting from this concrete, we're going to build with our dirt, just like that, and just continue this one as well, all the way down as far as you can go. And this is how you should look when you're done. So from the white concrete there, we just have dirt going all the way down as far as you can go. So we're going to do something similar again. So looking from the front, come along to the back triangle, and we're looking at this line of white concrete now. So starting against this block right here, on the end, we're just going to do our dirt line all the way down, and starting from the concrete on the end, just run that dirt as far as you can go, skip past that, and then connect right there. So everywhere inside of this, just fill it in with a single line of dirt. Okay, once you've filled in all of that, we're going to look at it from this direction, and starting against this oak plank on the end, we're just going to run a line of dirt all the way along until you connect to that concrete. And then over here, starting against that bit of dirt, so not the plank this time, but against the dirt, we're just going to run that line all the way down. Now grab oak planks, and starting right here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oak planks. Then look from the side, and we're just going to continue these down. So we're filling in the floor for the top story room, just like that. And then for this section right here, you can just go ahead and fill that in with dirt. Okay, looking from the front of the build, I want you to come along to these 2 white concrete right here. So on the one closest to the center of the building, we're going to place a Deepslate tile block, then a dirt block, then another Deepslate tile, then a dirt, and then a polished blackstone brick. And then you can just run dirt all the way along as far as you can go. So now we can swing around to the back of the building, and in the same place, we're going to do the same thing. So where the 2 white concrete is, we'll do our 2 Deepslate tile blocks with a dirt, then another dirt, then a polished blackstone brick, and then just run your dirt all the way along as far as you can go. And you can put these blocks away for a while. You don't need to keep them in your inventory. We're not going to use them again for a little bit. But now I want you to come along to this section of our roof, and you can see our 3 white concrete here. So what we're going to do is build down with dirt from these 3 concrete, and we're just going to do that all the way along until we connect on the other side. So just continue these 3 lines. And once you've done that, we're just going to put a single line of dirt right in the center. So run that all the way along until you connect. Okay, we'll begin work on our top floor. So looking from the front of the building, come along to where this blackstone brick is, and just next to that we'll do an oak log with another one beside it. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 mangrove logs. Then oak wood, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that has the bark texture all the way round. Then another 4 mangrove logs, and finish with 2 oak logs. and then swing around to the back of the building, and we're going to do the same thing. So just starting next to that black stone brick. So put in your oak, your mangrove, then your 5 oak wood, your 4 mangrove again, and your 2 oak logs. Now looking from the back toward the front, come along here and place a dirt block against that oak, and then we're just going to run stripped spruce all the way along until we connect. Then come to the other side. Next to this final oak log, we'll do another oak log, same on that side, and then just run 5 dirt in between them. And now we're going to spin around and look at this from the other direction. In the corner, we're going to do a dirt block with a bookshelf and a spruce trapdoor on top. Same in this corner, dirt block, bookshelf, spruce trapdoor, then 3 spruce planks in the middle. Now turn to your left. In the middle of this window, we're going to place 3 chiseled bookshelves on the dirt. They will have a beehive each side. Over here we'll do a spruce plank, and on this side we'll do 2 spruce planks. Then turn around. In the middle of this window we'll do the same thing, so 3 chiseled bookshelves, a beehive on each side. Then we'll do a single spruce plank on each side. Then just above our staircase we'll do an upside down spruce stair. And just behind the spruce stair on top of those oak logs we'll do 2 white concrete. And the same on top of those oak logs, and then we'll run white concrete all the way along like that. Then on top of these 2 spruce we'll place 2 concrete there, and the same right there. Now turn around, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So on top of those 2 we'll do our concrete, the same there, then run concrete all the way along, then place an extra 2 there, and an extra 2 right there. But I also want you to grab mangrove logs, and on this concrete right here, just diagonally up from that trapdoor, place 2 mangrove, and diagonally up from this trapdoor, place another 2 mangrove. And in the center of this wall between our mangrove logs, we're going to place a jack-o'-lantern right there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white concrete all around it. Then if you look to the left, on top of these 2 white concrete, place another 2 with another 2 on top, and then the same right there. And look to the right, on top of those concrete, place 2 and another 2, and the same right there. So we're just leaving these gaps for windows. Then you can turn around. This one's a bit easier. Everywhere where you can see white concrete, we're just going to build it up another 2 blocks tall. So everywhere there's a concrete, place another concrete on top, and then do that again. Okay, you can look back over to where our jack-o'-lantern is, hold shift and place 2 bamboo trapdoors on top of the spruce trapdoors so you can flick them up and fill in the window. So we'll do the same right here, 2 bamboo trapdoors. Now look to the side, on top of our bookshelves here we're going to place 5 bamboo trapdoors, then another 5, and do that a 3rd time. And you can flick all of those up. And of course, we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. And once that's done, you can come to the outside, and just against the top half of our oak wood, I want you to place spruce slabs, so 5 of them in total. Then grab oak fences, we'll place 3 on that side, 3 on that side, and 3 in the middle with 2 oak fence gates up the top, and 2 oak fence gates down the bottom. And of course, come to the other side and do the exact same thing. So your 5 slabs, then your fences and fence gates. And once that's done, swing around to this side where you can see our jack-o'-lantern. And diagonally out from the corner here, we're going to build with stripped spruce. So that'll be just in front of the blackstone block. And we're going to build 6 blocks tall. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then diagonally out from this corner, we'll do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then starting on top of that concrete in the corner, we're just going to run our dried kelp blocks all the way along like that. Now I want you to come around to the opposite side, and we'll do the same thing, but this time our pillars are only going to be 5 blocks tall. So diagonally from the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And diagonally from this corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can run your dried kelp blocks along. Now look, from the front of the build, on top of our mangrove, I want you to place a dirt block each side, and then we're just going to run our dried kelp blocks all the way along like that, and we'll do the exact same thing up the back. So on top of the mangrove, we'll do our dirt, and then run your dried kelp all the way along. Now look, from the inside, you can see the tops of these concrete walls. On all 4 of these, I just want you to place 2 dirt blocks like that. Then grab spruce stairs, and we're going to place them upside down against the kelp. And we're just going to wrap these all the way around the room. So just like I'm doing here, wrap them around the dirt and keep going until you've done an entire lap of the room. Now looking from the front of the building, just against these dirt blocks here, I want you to place 2 spruce planks. Then grab spruce slabs, and we're just going to place them against the bottom half of the dried kelp blocks. Then with spruce stairs, we'll place one upside down against the log. We'll place one against those planks, and then another one right there. So what I built there, I want you to build the exact same thing on the back wall. And once that's done, I want you to spin around to the side wall, so where that jack-o'-lantern is. And what I built here, copy to the other side. So against the strip spruce at the top, we're going to place spruce fence gates and open them up. Then grab your spruce slabs and place them against the bottom half of the kelp blocks. Then just on top of this log, I want you to place a temporary block. Then above the stair, we'll do a stripped spruce log, and you can break that. That will have an oak button on it. And we're just going to run this all the way along to the other upside down stair, so right there, and you can place another oak button. So that's how it looks. Go ahead and build the exact same thing on this side. And once that's done, come back to the front of the building, and starting on top of the dried kelp, we're just going to run a line of dirt all the way along like that. Then right here above the stair, we'll do 2 stripped spruce logs with an oak button. And the same thing above this stair, we'll do our 2 stripped spruce and an oak button. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 upside down spruce stairs. So once that's done, come to the back of the building and do the exact same thing. Okay, now you can come up above, and we're going to fill this in with dirt, but I want you to leave this hole in the ceiling. So don't place any dirt above that hole. But on top of everything else, just go ahead and place in your dirt. And that's how it should look when you're finished. So now looking from the front of the building, against this dirt in the middle, we're going to place 3 smooth sandstone. And then I just want you to build these 3 all the way across like that. Then look to the side, we'll do another 3 there with an extra one each side, so we're leaving a hole. And we'll do the same thing here, so 3 at the back, with an extra one each side. Then above the holes, we're just going to place some composters. Okay, we're going to look from the front of the building again. And what I build right here, I want you to copy to the back of the building as well. So just behind this log right here, so where the dirt is, I want you to place another dirt block. And just behind this log, on top of that dirt, place another dirt. So we'll do 1 white concrete on the end, then 5 concrete in the middle, and an extra one on the end. Now in front of the dirt block, we'll do a stripped spruce log facing straight up. We'll do another one right there. On the end here, we'll do a spruce slab against the top half of the concrete. Then we'll do 5 in the middle, and 1 right there. Then we'll do a plank on the end, and another spruce plank toward the front, and the same on this side, plank and another one toward the front. Then we'll do a dirt block on top of the end of that log, and then a spruce plank there, and then an extra one beside the dirt. And we'll do the same on this side, so a dirt block on that log, and 1, 2 planks. So you should have that built at the front and the back, and once again, what I build here, copy to the opposite side. So where we've got this spruce log facing straight up, do an upside down stair against that. On the left, we'll do a spruce slab. Then over here, we'll do the same thing. We'll do an upside down stair. And on the right, we'll do a spruce slab. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spruce trapdoors just in between them. Now I want you to grab white concrete, and starting on the top of this log, we're going to run our white concrete all the way over and finish on the top of that log. Then you can do a temporary dirt block with a stripped spruce log on its side. You can break that and we'll place an extra 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on top of those, right in the middle, we'll do 3 white concrete with a dirt block on top. So build that on the other side. And once again, what I build here, continue to build on the other side. So I want you to come along and stand on the middle trapdoor, look to the side and hold shift, place 2 spruce trapdoors there, and the same on the other side, and then you can jump out and flick both of those up. Then come along to this dirt block. From here we're going to skip a block, then place a dirt, and we'll do the same on that side. Then we're going to do an upside down spruce stair with the dirt on top. We'll do that again, and then we'll do that a third time. Same on this side, so spruce stair, stair, dirt, and stair with the dirt on top. Against the middle white concrete, we're going to do a spruce fence gate, and you can open it up. Just above that, we'll do some spruce planks with a dirt block on top. And then you can come along to this dirt block, we'll place a spruce slab on top, then spruce planks, then look in this direction and place 1, 2, 3, 4 spruce stairs, and we'll do the same over here. So slab on the dirt, then a plank, and then your 4 stairs. Okay, once you've built that at the front and the back, you can come to the inside and we'll place a torch in the middle just so no beasties spawn in here. So I want you to come along to this final white concrete and we're just going to run a line of dirt all the way along and connect right there. Then against the first dirt, we'll do a dirt block, skip a block, place a second, a third, and a fourth. And we'll do the same on this side. So starting next to the white concrete, do your line of dirt with your 4 dirt sticking out. And then we're going to come up to the next white concrete just up here. We'll just do a line of dirt all the way along. And we'll do the same on this side. Then coming up on the diagonal again, we're going to start here, here, and then here. So we're basically making a triangle. So just run these all the way along. And that's how you should look when you're done with that built up on each side. So now I want you to climb up to the top and grab a cobbled Deepslate slab, and we'll place it against the top half of the spruce planks. And just above that, we'll do 2 polished basalt. On the other side of the dirt, we're just going to run our polished basalt all the way along. When you get to this side, put in your cobbled Deepslate slab with your 2 polished basalt. Now grab spruce planks, and where the dirt is right here, place your plank. And same on that side. And then we're just going to place spruce slabs on top of every polished basalt. Okay, this roof is done for the time being. So looking from the front, we're going to come down to this roof right here. And up the top, we're starting with a dirt block there. And we're just going to place one every second block all the way along the top of this roof. And then looking from the side, grab stripped spruce logs. And we're just going to place each of these in the gaps, just like that. Now come over here to this little section next to the building. And on the left white concrete right here, we're going to place a jack-o'-lantern with some grey carpet on top. Then 1, 2, 3 dirt. Then a jack-o'-lantern with grey carpet on top, so you should still be able to see that white concrete. Then we're going to place 5 dirt just in here. Then in the centre, we'll place a line of 3 dirt with the dirt in the middle. Then looking at our building, we'll place a stripped spruce log there and another one right there. And then just on top of this, I want you to look at the white concrete and place 1, 2, 3 polished basalt. Then grab a temporary block, place it there, and we're going to change the direction of our polished basalt. So you can then build it all the way along like this. Just before you get to the end, I want you to stop and grab a cobbled Deepslate slab and place it against the top half of the spruce planks. Then look in this direction, and on top of that, we'll place a cobbled Deepslate stair. Then you can grab your polished basalt again, and we're going to extend it just above the stair. Then with mud brick walls, we're going to place one on each side on top of our spruce stairs. Then we'll place a spruce slab up the top in the middle. Then you can come back here and we're going to do the same thing. So run your polished basalt across. Just before you get to the end, stop, place your cobbled Deepslate slab with the stair on top, then extend your polished basalt. Above the spruce stairs, we'll place our 2 mud brick walls, and then in the middle up the top do a spruce slab. Then look in this direction, and on top of all of the polished basalt we're going to place spruce trapdoors. When you get to here, just place an extra 2, but otherwise just run this all the way along and finish right there. Okay, we're going to leave this roof, and I want you to come around to this roof on the left-hand side where our jack-o'-lantern is, and just look at the white concrete. We're going to run a line of dirt down from that one, a second line, and then a third line right there. So just starting at the white concrete, then look from the side and we'll place 2 dirt right there. And on this side, we'll do the same thing. So leave a gap from the wall, then a dirt, then a gap, and then another dirt. Now starting from this dirt block, so right in the middle, we're just going to run another line of dirt. And then next to this dirt, we'll do a dirt block, then skip a block, place another, and another. So those dirt blocks up the top should be in line with these dirt blocks down the bottom that are sticking out. Then look at your jack-o'-lantern, place a stripped spruce log, then a second one there, and then a third. Now grab a cobbled Deepslate slab, place it against the top half of that spruce plank, then looking in the same direction I am, do a cobbled Deepslate stair, then grab a polished basalt and we're going to run that across the top and finish just above our Deepslate stair. Then above the spruce stairs, we'll do mud brick walls on each side. In the middle, we'll do a spruce slab, then look from the side, and we're going to place our spruce trapdoors on top of the basalt. Okay, now we're going to start building our roof properly. So looking from the front, I want you to come along to this corner over here and place a polished blackstone brick slab, so just next to that log. And we're going to place one every second block, so just keep placing them in. When you get to this log poking out, you can't place it, so just skip past that, and then turn the corner and place one next to that log. Then grab a Deepslate tile slab. We're going to place it underneath that upside down stair. Then we're going to place 2 in front of those slabs, 1 in front of that log, and then 4 in front of these slabs, and 1 underneath that upside down stair. Now we're going to do a polished Deepslate slab just poking out toward the side. Then we'll place 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next to this one we'll do a mangrove leaf, but then back to your polished Deepslate slabs. We're just going to run these all the way along. When you get to this corner, just turn the corner, place 1, 2, 3 with an extra one in front. Then grab spruce trapdoors and we're going to plug up these holes. So place 1 there. Then hold shift so you can place them all facing in the same direction there, and then just plug up these holes. And that's how you should look when you're done. So just pause the video, make sure you've done that correctly, and make sure you get that final single trapdoor in right there. So once that's done, we're going to swing around to the back of the building, and we're going to do pretty much the same thing. So starting in this corner here, we'll place our blackstone brick slab, place one every second block, all the way along until you get to the end right there. Then grab Deepslate tile slabs underneath this upside down stair. Just place one there, but then we're going to place them just against our slabs all the way along and finish with one under that stair. And just like we did at the front, we'll do a polished Deepslate slab there and wrap them around, and then we're just going to run these all the way down here until you reach that slab right there. And then we're going to place 2 like that just to wrap it around the tile slab. Then you can grab your spruce trapdoors again, and just like we did before, hold shift and plug up all of these gaps to make sure all your trapdoors are facing in the same direction. So that's how you should look when you're done. And once again, just double check you've built that correctly. Then what we can do is swing around to this side, and we're going to do something similar again. So we'll start with the blackstone slabs, placing one right there, and we're just going to place them every second block all the way along. Then grab your Deepslate tile slabs, we'll do one under that stair, and then we're just going to place them in front of the blackstone and finish with one under that stair. Then we'll wrap our polished Deepslate slabs around, and then you can just run these all the way along, and just like we did at the other end, just wrap them around like that. And then grab your spruce trapdoors, hold shift to place one against the other, and we're just going to fill in these holes. Okay, once that's done, we're going to come to the end of our roof right here. And what I built here, I want you to copy to the other two ends of the roof. So you'll be doing it on this end of the roof right here. And you'll also be doing the same thing on this end of the roof. So not up the top, just on these lower roofs. So you're going to start on this slab right here with a cobbled deep slate slab, then a block, and then we're going to come up a little bit with two slabs. Against the dirt, you'll do a block, then two slabs, block, two slabs, and finish with a block. And you'll do the same on this side. So the cobbled slab on top of that slab, then a cobbled deep slate, and just go ahead and build all of these up and finish with a block right there. So build that on the other two roofs as well. Okay, looking from the front, we're going to swing around to the right-hand side and grab some deep slate tile slabs, and we're going to place one on each of those blackstone slabs. So just place these all the way along. Now behind each of these, we're going to build the exact same thing. So what we'll do is behind the slab, we'll do a deep slate tile, then a tile slab, then a tile slab, tile, and finish with a deep slate tile stair. So that's what it looks like. Just go ahead and do the exact same thing over and over. And that's how you should look when you're finished. So now I want you to come along to the bottom deep slate tile blocks, and in between each of these we're just going to place a block of dirt, then come up to the next line of blocks, and in between those we're also going to do some dirt, and then we'll do a third line in between the third line of our tile blocks. So just place those all the way along. Now what we're going to do is fill up these gaps in the roof with the same pattern. So it'll be starting on this trapdoor in the end. We'll do a cobbled deep slate slab with a cobbled deep slate block behind it. We're just going to continue that. So it'll be slab, block, slab, block, slab, and block. So it's pretty easy. Just go ahead and do that on top of all the dirt. And that's how you should look once you've put in each of those lines. So now I want you to grab cobbled deep slate stairs and come along to these dirt blocks that we have here. Against each of those, we're just going to place an upside down cobbled deep slate stair. And then just in between these against the spruce, we're going to place spruce trapdoors all the way along. Okay, now you can swing around to the front of the build, and I want you to come along to where we have these three trapdoors. What I want you to do is in the corner here, place a dirt block. On the right, we're going to skip a block, place another, and then on the left, we're going to skip a block, place another, and we're going to continue to do that every second block and finish right here. Now, each side of the last dirt block, we'll do a deep slate tile block with deep slate tile slabs in front and behind. Behind these, we'll go back to blocks, then slabs, then blocks, and then we'll finish with two deep slate tile stairs. Now grab cobbled deep slate slabs, come back down here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on top of those trapdoors. Behind those, we'll do 3 blocks, then 3 slabs, 3 blocks again. You get the idea. We're just following the same pattern over and over, and you can finish with 3 blocks just up the top. And just up here, you can see these 3 dirt blocks. We're going to place upside down cobbled deep slate stairs against those. Then against the stripped spruce, we're going to place 3 spruce trapdoors. Then grab a deep slate tile stair. We're going to place it there. Just below that, we'll do a polished blackstone brick. And on top of that dirt, we'll do a polished blackstone brick slab. Then just in front of this spruce pillar, we'll do a deep slate tile block down the bottom with a deep slate tile slab in front. Okay, now we're going to start putting some shading in the darker areas of the roof, so I'll be mixing up the blocks pretty quickly. So the first one's going to go next to this spruce pillar, and that will be a deep slate brick, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the corner here we're going to place a polished blackstone brick. Then in between these we're just going to place polished blackstone brick stairs. Now starting in front of this first block we placed, it'll be a cobbled deep slate slab, below that a cobbled deep slate block, and then a cobbled deep slate slab. Now come along to the next brick we have here. What we're going to do is place a deep slate brick slab, then a cobbled deep slate block, and a cobbled deep slate slab. In front of the next one, it'll be a deep slate brick slab, then a Deepslate brick block, and then a cobbled Deepslate on the end. And then in front of this block, it's going to be bricks all the way. So a brick slab, then a brick block, and then a Deepslate brick slab. And then you can look over to this black stone stair. Just below this, we're going to do a Deepslate tile block, and in front of that, a Deepslate tile slab. Then just underneath this stair, we'll do a polished blackstone brick, and then a Deepslate tile slab. And now it's all blackstone, so below this stair, we'll do a blackstone block and a blackstone brick slab. And then over here, same thing, another polished blackstone brick and a brick slab. And you may want to pause the video to make sure you've done that correctly. So now I want you to turn to the right, and next to that blackstone brick, we'll do a dirt block, then skip a block, place another. Then behind this, we're going to place a dirt block right there, skip a block, place a second, and then skip a block and place a third. Now look into this corner. Over here next to the concrete, we'll do a polished blackstone brick stair, then a polished blackstone brick in the corner. Turn to the right, we're going to skip a block, do another blackstone stair, and then another one right there. Now switch to Deepslate tile stairs, skip a block, place another, skip a block, and place another. And we're going to mix up our blocks again. So underneath this stair on the right, we'll do a Deepslate tile block, then a tile slab, then a tile block. Now switch to Blackstone, we'll do a Blackstone brick slab, then a Blackstone brick, and finish with a Deepslate tile slab down there. Now come up to the next stair. Just below that, we'll do a Deepslate tile, and then it's all Blackstone from here. So Blackstone brick slab, then a block, then a slab, and then a block. Okay, you can come back to your stairs up the top, and just in front of the Blackstone stair, we're going to place a Blackstone brick in that hole. In the next hole, we'll do the same thing, and then another one just to the left next to the sea lantern. And then in this hole, we'll do a Deepslate brick. Now look over here to this block in the corner. Each side of that, we're going to do a Deepslate brick, and we'll also do one in between those stairs. And finally, on top of the dirt, we're just going to place 2 Deepslate brick slabs. Okay, you can climb out of that hole, and we're going to finish off this part of the roof, and we'll start in the top right-hand corner, just next to that stair. We'll do a cobbled Deepslate block, then a cobbled Deepslate slab, then a block, then a slab, then a block, slab, block, and finish with a slab on the trapdoor. Now come over to the second line of dirt. We'll start the same way, so cobbled Deepslate slab, and another cobbled Deepslate. But now we're switching to Deepslate bricks. So we'll do a brick slab, a brick slab, and a brick. Then come over to the next line of dirt, and this is all bricks. So brick, slab, brick, and a slab. And just to finish off this section of roof, we're going to place stairs against these dirt blocks. So we'll start with 3 upside down cobbled Deepslate stairs, then switch to Deepslate brick stairs, and we'll place 1, 2, and 3 all upside down. Now grab spruce trapdoors, we'll place 1 there against the stripped spruce, and then we're just going to go ahead and place them in the gaps between the stairs. Okay, the front of the roof is all done, so now we can swing around to the back of the building. And I want you to come along to this corner over here, and just diagonally from this blackstone brick slab, we're going to place a dirt block right there, and then we're going to place one every second block. So we're just placing them behind those trapdoors, and you can finish right there. Now grab cobbled Deepslate slabs, and starting on this first spruce trapdoor, we'll place 1, 2, and 3. And each of those will have a cobbled Deepslate block behind them. And behind all 3 of these, we're going to do the same thing. So it's just going to go slab, block, slab, block, slab, and block. And that's all cobbled Deepslate. So just go ahead and do the exact same thing for these 2. Okay, once that's done, I want you to look up to the top here where the 3 dirt blocks are. And against those, we're going to place 3 upside down cobbled Deepslate stairs. Then against the spruce, we'll place 3 spruce trapdoors. Now, just below these, we're going to place 3 deep slate tile stairs, just like that. Then just on the left, we're going to do a polished blackstone brick and then a polished blackstone brick slab. But now we'll switch back to deep slate. So in these two sections here, we'll do deep slate tile blocks, then 2 deep slate tile slabs. Then you can come down to the next section where the white concrete is. That's 2 more tile slabs. Then against the white concrete again, we'll go a deep slate tile block, then a second, then a third. Then in front of those 3, we're going to place deep slate tile slabs. Okay, we can look over to our left and we're looking at the 4 blackstone brick slabs right there. So what we're going to do is on top of these, we'll do 2 deep slate tile slabs and then 2 polished blackstone brick slabs. Behind these slabs, we'll do a deep slate tile block there and then 1, 2, 3 blackstone brick blocks. Then behind these, we're just going to do a blackstone brick stairs, so 4 of those. We'll also place an extra one right there. Then in the corner, we'll do a polished blackstone brick. Okay, now I want you to look down at these 2 white concrete. Just in front of the first one, we're going to do a blackstone brick block, then a blackstone brick slab, then a blackstone brick block, and that will have a dirt block beside it. Now behind this, we'll do a deep slate tile slab, then a deep slate tile block with the dirt beside it, and then up here we'll do a deep slate tile stair. Okay, next to this stair, we're going to skip a block and place another stair, but this one is a blackstone brick stair. Then we'll skip a block and do another. In the corner, we'll do a polished blackstone brick, then turn the corner and do another blackstone stair. Now just in front of the jack-o'-lantern, we'll do 2 blackstone bricks, and then we'll do a deep slate brick there with a dirt in front and finish with a polished blackstone brick right there. And then in this gap, we're going to grab deep slate bricks and place 1 there, a second one there, and a third one between those stairs. Then switch to deep slate brick slabs and we're going to place 2 on the dirt. Then you can look in this direction, grab a cobbled deep slate block, we'll place 1 there, and then here we're going to place 4 in a line. So we'll do a block, then a cobbled deep slate slab, then a block, then a slab. Now we're going to place another 4, but these are all going to be bricks. So we'll do a brick block, a deep slate brick slab, a deep slate brick block, and then a slab. And staying with our deep slate bricks, we're going to look back up to this block we placed before, and we'll put a deep slate brick slab in front, then a brick block, then a slab, then a block, and then a slab. Now turn to your right with deep slate bricks. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now switch to cobbled deep slate. We'll do a slab, then a block, then a slab. And on these other 2 trapdoors, we're going to place 2 more slabs. And we'll place a cobbled deep slate block behind that. And then behind that on the dirt, we'll do a deep slate brick slab. And we'll also do slabs on those 2 dirt. Then just above our 2 trapdoors, we're going to place 2 deep slate brick blocks. Okay, so your roof should be filled in there. Now we're going to look back up at these dirt blocks up here. Against the first 2, we're going to do upside down cobbled deep slate stairs. But then you can come in here, switch to deep slate brick stairs. And we're going to place 3 upside down just against the dirt. Then against the strip spruce, we'll do a spruce trapdoor there. Then look in this direction and we're going to fill in all the gaps here with more trapdoors. Okay, now we'll move up to the next section of roof. And what I build right here, I want you to copy the same thing to the opposite side. So we're going to look at this from the side and just diagonally up from that fence gate, we're placing a polished deep slate stair against that spruce plank. So we're just doing that right way up. Then we're going to look at it from this direction and against the stair place a cobbled deep slate block. Then we'll do a cobbled deep slate slab with another one on top, then a block and then 2 slabs. And after that, we're just going to place our cobbled deep slate blocks against the dirt blocks. So we'll do the same on this side. So look from the side, we'll do our polished deep slate stair. Against the stair, we'll do a block, 2 slabs, a block, 2 slabs, and then it's just 4 blocks against the dirt. So once you've built that on both sides, I want you to look at this roof from the side. And once again, what I built here, copy the same thing to the opposite side. So just above that open fence gate, we're going to place a Deepslate tile block, and we're just going to run these all the way along and finish above the other fence gate. Then against this final one, we'll place a cobbled Deepslate, and we're just going to place these every second block, finishing next to the stair. Then switch to polished Deepslate slabs, and we're just going to place those in the gaps in between, just against the lower half of those blocks. And now we're going to place cobbled Deepslate slabs just behind the cobbled blocks that we placed. So we're going to place 6 in total. And behind each of these, we're going to build the exact same thing. So behind the slab, we'll do a cobbled Deepslate block, then a cobbled slab, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So just go ahead, build the exact same thing behind each of these, and do it on the other side as well. Okay, once you've done that on each side, we're just going to fill in the gaps in between, and we're going to start with Deepslate tile slabs just on top of our spruce. So we'll place 5 like that. Behind those, we're placing Deepslate tile blocks. And then after that, it's just Deepslate tile stairs. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just go ahead and fill in the roof on each side. Okay, so the top of the roof is all done. So we're going to look at the building from the front. And I want you to come into this dark corner in here, look in this direction, so your open fence gate is just up there. In this corner next to the spruce, we'll do 3 spruce fences, then come back to the front. Next to the spruce on this side, we'll do 4 spruce fences, and we'll do the same on this side. Then in front of our mangrove, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 mud brick walls, and we'll do that on each side of the window. Now we can swing around to this side, just hanging down from that kelp block. We're going to hang a lantern, then we'll do 2 jungle trapdoors on the mangrove and flick them down. Then in this corner, we'll do a mangrove leaf with 3 spruce fences above it. Then back to your mangrove leaves, we'll place 2 right there, then 1 next to the spruce, and then diagonally from that, we're going to place 2 more, and then just down here, we'll place another. Okay, now we're going to swing around to the back of the building, and just in this corner over here, we're going to place 4 spruce fences. Then against the mangrove, we'll do 2 jungle trapdoors, and on the windowsill, we'll do a flower pot with a flowering azalea. Then swing around, look at the back wall, grab your spruce fences again, we'll place 4 right there, and another 4 in this corner. Then against the mangrove, we're going to place our 4 mud brick walls. So it's just like we did at the front of the build. And then we're going to come into the little hidey hole in here, look in this direction, and just down from our open fence gate, we're going to place 3 spruce fences. Okay, now we can climb back out of here, and looking from the back, just next to the stripped spruce, we're going to place a mangrove leaf there, with another one in front, and then down here we'll place 2 more mangrove leaves with 1 out on the diagonal. Then looking from this direction, diagonally from this one, just down a block, we're going to place 2 more mangrove leaves, and then we'll place another one right there. Okay, the exterior of our build is all done, so now we're going to do the furniture. So looking from the front, I want you to come in this doorway right here, and we're going to look up at that green terracotta. Against the middle one, we will do a spruce fence, then a spruce fence gate, and another spruce fence. And from the fences, we're going to hang 2 lanterns. And up the other end of the ceiling, we're going to do the same thing. So our 2 fences with the fence gate in between, and then our 2 lanterns. Now look over toward the staircase. Just put in some temporary blocks right there so we can put a 1 wide painting in that. And that's the one I'm going to use. So now, once again, looking at the staircase, but we're going to look from this direction and place a chest right next to that block of spruce. Then look at the back of the chest, hold shift and place an upside down spruce stair. Then we'll do the same against the side of the chest. Against the top half of this stair, we'll do 1, 2, 3 spruce slabs. Then looking toward our painting, we'll do another upside down stair. And on the end, we'll do a stripped spruce wood. And if you want to, when you place these, you can pick up that block and replace it with a bit of dirt, just if you want to save on materials. And then you can turn to the right and look at our back wall. So come up to here. Then looking from the side, just against that dirt block, we'll do an upside down spruce stair. And in the same spot on the other side, we'll do another upside down stair. And they will have spruce trapdoors against them like that. Then next to these, we're going to do 2 double chests. Then here we'll put a polished tough slab. You can place a temporary block on top, put an armor stand there, and then break your temporary block, and you can decorate that with whatever armor that you like. Then we will turn to the right, and against the mangrove, we're going to place 3 mud brick walls on each side. Then against the white concrete, we're going to do 2 light grey banners with another 2 just below them, and then here you can place 2 armor stands. And then we will come across to the right, and we're going to do the same thing. So against the mangrove, we'll do our mud brick walls, then our 4 banners and 2 armor stands. And then just in here, we're going to place a chest. And then just above our chest, we're going to do an item frame. So this chest is for storing shields, and we're going to put a pretty shield in the item frame. And you can do whatever shield pattern you like, but if you want to copy mine, this is how to do it. So grab a loom, start with a red banner, put in some blue dye, and first of all, this is not the one we're after. That's a pale sinister. It's very similar to what we want, but we want this one. It's a little bit thicker. It's the pale inverted. So you can grab that banner out, then grab some white dye, and we're going to click this one here. That's the inverted chevron. And then you can take your banner out and just combine it with a shield so we get the pretty shield pattern, and you can go ahead and put that in there. All right, now we're going to look over at this window where we've got this dirt in the floor. Grab stripped spruce wood on top of that dirt. We'll place a wood there. That's the one with the bark texture every side. And we'll do another one on that dirt, and then in the hole we'll do a stone brick slab with a temporary block on top, an armor stand on top of that, then break your temporary block. Now grab a piston. I want you to look up, and underneath that stair we'll place our piston, and we're going to place spruce planks right there, and then just power your piston. You can break that block, then we'll put a temporary block there, power your piston again, then you can remove the block, the piston, and the dirt, and we've got the top of the armor stand showing. So then we're just going to grab 5 spruce signs, and we're going to place them all surrounding that little table. And we're going to do that trick with the pistons again. So I want you to look over at our chest that is next to the staircase and look in the same direction I am. So we're looking diagonally. We're going to pick up that block, place in a stone brick slab with a dirt block on top, place an armor stand there on the diagonal, then you can break that. Now with our temporary block again, I want you to look above the armor stand. There's this stair right here. Just next to that, we're going to place a dirt block, so it's directly above. Then under that, we'll do our piston. Then we'll do a stripped spruce wood. That's the one with bark on every side. You can power your piston. Then we'll put in a temporary block, power your piston again, and you can break all of that. And you can decorate this armor stand with whatever helmet that you like. But I kind of like the turtle shell helmet because it's got these little bits hanging down each side. Kind of looks like extra stands holding up the helmet. For the one over here, I'm just going to use an iron helmet. Then each side of that, we'll do an item frame with a shield in there so it looks like shoulder pads for the armor. So you could leave them sideways like that or turn them, whatever you like. And you can decorate the rest of the armor stands with whatever armor that you like. So we're done in this room for the moment. We're going to come into the next room, and I want you to look up at the bottom of the composters, and we're going to place hoppers underneath those. So we used composters just to cut down on the lag from the hoppers. So then you can hold shift and hang a lantern from each hopper. Then look over to this wall, and we're going to place a few temporary blocks like that, just so we can place that painting right there. Then just underneath the painting, we're going to do 2 upside down spruce stairs. So look from the side, place 1, then look from the other side, place the other. Against that, we'll do 2 spruce trapdoors, then hold shift and we'll do 2 more of our upside down spruce stairs. And then you can go ahead and place red carpet on top of your table. Then each side of the table, we're going to do a pale oak slab, and you can surround the slab with 3 oak trapdoors like that, and of course do the same on that side. And just to the right of our painting on this wall here, we'll do an item frame, and you can place a clock. Now from these 2 spruce stairs, we're going to skip 2 blocks, but on the 3rd blocks, we're going to place 2 stripped spruce wood. That's the one with bark on every side. Then against that, we'll do 2 spruce slabs and another 2, and then 2 more stripped spruce wood. In this corner, we're going to place 4 white candles, and you can light them with a flint and steel. Then over here, we'll do an item frame with a melon slice. Okay, we're going to look up at these 2 trapdoors in the wall. Just hold shift and grab water buckets and we'll waterlog those. Then just underneath, we'll do 2 spruce slabs with a spruce sign on each side, and then we'll grab turtle eggs, place 3 on the left, and then on the right we'll do a horn coral fan, and the waterlogged trapdoor should keep that yellow. I don't know if that works on Bedrock though, but it definitely works on Java Edition. Then down here in this alcove we'll do 2 decorated pots, and then each side of that we're going to place 2 oak trapdoors and flick them up. And then you can turn around and look at this alcove here. Each side of this we're going to do a stripped spruce wood. Then in between those we'll do 2 upside down spruce stairs with 2 sea pickles on that side. Then in here we'll do 2 dirt blocks. And we're going to place a rail right there, put a minecart with hopper on top. Break your rail, you probably have to retrieve it from the minecart. Then break that dirt and let it drop. And then here we're going to do the exact same thing. Then grab polished tough walls, place 2 up there, and below that we'll do 2 waxed exposed copper trapdoors. And on the right hand side of our cooking area we'll do 3 spruce trapdoors, and you can flick them all up and you can place water in that cauldron. And on the left hand side we're going to do 2 beehives with a chiselled bookshelf, then an end rod, and then a waxed oxidized cut copper slab. So this room is all done now, so you can come back into this room, and we're going to climb up our stairs. When you get to this dark corner of the staircase, place a scaffolding there with a lantern on top and continue up the stairs. I want you to look up, and underneath the composters we'll place 2 hoppers, then hold shift and place 2 lanterns. Now look over to where your jack-o'-lantern is, just place 2 temporary blocks, and we'll do a painting just on the lantern. Then turn around. Over in this corner here we'll do 2 more temporary blocks, and you can place another painting. Then to the left of our painting we're going to place 2 spruce trapdoors there. On the one in the corner we'll do a flower pot, and next to that we'll do 3 candles, and then grab spruce fences and just place 3 right there so we have a railing for our staircase. Then turn around, look at this wall over here, we'll put a dead horn coral fan, and then in front of the spruce we're going to put snow layers, and we're putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So just do that 3 times. In front of those we'll do 3 smooth quartz slabs, then 6 mangrove slabs, and then against the end of our mangrove slabs we're just going to place 3 spruce signs. Then you can grab another flower pot, we'll place it right there with an orange tulip. Then I want you to look to the left, grab some books, and we're going to place 2 in the chiselled bookshelf right there. And then look to this side, we'll place a book just down there, and another 2 right there. And we are done with the top level. You can head back downstairs. So come down to this room, and just to the left of our staircase, in this corner we'll do a flower pot with a dead bush and flowering azalea leaves above. Over here we'll do another flower pot with a birch sapling. Then turn to the right, and up the back here we're going to do 2 flower pots each side of our chests, and they will have flowering azalea inside. And we're finished with this room, so you can go back to the kitchen, and I want you to come along to our chiselled bookshelves right on the end here. Grab some books, we'll place 2 right there, then down the bottom here we'll place 3, and up the end we'll place another 2. Then grab some scaffolding, look to the left corner here, place 2 scaffolding, on top of that we'll do a flower pot with a fern, And we're also going to do the exact same thing in this corner over here. So place your 2 scaffolding, a flower pot and a fern, and then over here next to your melon slice, do a flower pot with a lily of the valley. And that is it. That is your armorer's workshop. 100% complete. So thanks for watching. That has been a mammoth 2-part tutorial, but I think it's really worth it. This is a super cool looking build and it is absolutely packed with detail. So make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.